All right, me and my buddy Drew drove up to the Wisconsin River. We're gonna go kayaking, gonna see what's biting. Right now we're both throwing for musky and big pike, so fingers crossed that's what we can find. Use the rock to step in.
As Drew and I are pushing off the bank and taking our first few casts of the day, we were talking about how neither one of us has actually fished this section of river this late into the year. And while fall can be some of the best fishing of the entire year, you still have to know where the fish are, and you still have to know what they're going to want to eat. We really don't know any of that information, but we're giving it our best shot and hitting spots that make the most sense to us. As you can see, I'm throwing more traditional musky gear. Definitely on the light side as far as musky gear is concerned, but heavy bait casting outfit, large 6 to 9 inch lures. While Drew is a fly fishing purist, he's throwing some more finesse tactics after these fish, some big flies and whatnot. It's a little outside my realm of knowledge, but it's fun to fish with them. It's fun to see something completely different than what I'm used to. If you've ever fished this area, or really any river ever for that matter, you know how many snags there are on the bottom of the river. You got logs, trees, other people's old fishing line. It's just a tangled mess down there. I got snagged right here, and so I'm having to pull myself up to that area that I was trying to cast at. Totally spooking the whole spot, but want to get that lure back, obviously. And one of the things that's imperative with musky fishing is having really sharp hooks. So if you don't have a hook file, I'd definitely recommend getting one and learning how to use it. Keep those hooks razor sharp. Just gives you the best chance for success.
I just dulled it a little. Yeah, I gotta keep them sharp if you're going for these. Fish at 10,000 chance.
Even though Drew and I have different preferences on the type of tackle we like to use to catch fish, we do have a similar viewpoint on how we like to use a kayak. And to me, a kayak is just a tool to help me access a different stretch of water that I couldn't get to from the bank. You know, so many times people get stuck in one mindset where I'm only fishing from the kayak or I'm only fishing from the bank, where we both will use a kayak just to get to a sandbar or get to a rock bar or a different shore, and then get out and fish from land. So it's important to stay flexible and make the most of each situation. That being said, if you are going to be fishing from the kayak, targeting big musky, it's very important that you do a nice wide figure eight at the end of every cast. As you can see, I take my rod tip and put it in the water. Just try and change directions a couple of times. One thing you'll notice though with my kayak here is I sit very low to the water, and doing a proper figure eight in this particular boat still feels very clunky to me. I'm still debating whether or not I want to keep it on the right side of the boat, because that's my strong side, or kind of go around the nose of the boat there. I know it looks sloppy, but the principle's still there. I'm still trying to do it at the end of every single cast just to make good habits. More times than not, these fish are going to be following a little bit deep or a little bit slow, and they'll strike right at the boat. So if you get in the habit of doing that, you'll definitely catch way more musky.
Hitting rock. Alright, let's focus up. Go deep. Go around. Keeping it wide. And one more. Oh, that's a straight log. That's one good thing about this bait is it's great at finding logs. It does catch them pretty good though too. Caught a few on it.
You know, it's no secret that when you're chasing after muskie, you're going to be making a lot of casts. This fish is called the fish of 10,000 casts for a reason, so just get ready to cast a lot. But one of the challenges that goes into making multiple casts for a fish where you really only have the potential of 1 or 2 a day on most bodies of water is keeping yourself sharp and engaged where you're expecting to actually get a bite throughout the day. When you're making multiple casts and having nothing happen, you don't get a follow, you don't get a strike, it's easy to get in like this zombie mode or like this mindless state of mind where you're just casting, going through the motions, hopefully doing a figure eight at the end, but you're not really anticipating a strike anymore. You're no longer expecting to catch a fish. And that's a pretty bad thing to have happen to you when you're out there, because more times than not, that's actually when the fish is going to bite. Now you didn't get a good hook set, the fish is going to shake off. There's a million things that can go wrong where that fish of potentially your lifetime gets away. And keeping yourself sharp and engaged into catching the bite is very important. One of the things that I do from time to time is I bring a lighter setup out there with me, where if I'm no longer thinking I'm going to catch a muskie or anything like that, I'll just throw for smallmouth or walleye, catch a couple fish, be like, okay, there's still fish in here. I could hopefully catch something, and then, I don't know, go from there. Figure out your next plan off that.
Throwing the musky setup around a lot, and I've been primarily using this for most of the morning. Just keeps hitting bottom too much for my liking, and I'm wasting too much time getting snagged, so I'm probably going to switch that up. Maybe this will do something for me. So far, the only thing I've seen is like carp and buffalo. There's a good one right there. I might be able to get that guy. Let's see. They went right up to that worm and zipped right away. All up along this wall here, there's so many carp. Carp, carp, carp. I'll give it a whack. I'm not gonna give too much time to it. I'd rather get like a walleye or something. The only bird I've seen hunting all morning has been up in this corner. We'll follow his lead. Fish on! Ah, smallmouth. It is a nice smallmouth. Alright, not ready to land him yet. Yeah, definitely quality. Ate the jig.
Yeah, you know, caught this decent sized smallmouth. Nothing crazy, but it is a perfect example of just switching up, catching a fish. Gets you back in the mind of, you know, there's fish down there. Maybe they will eat.
Yep. Just got a little half a crawler. Take your jig, slide it up. That's about what you're working with. And that'll catch walleye and sauger and obviously smallmouth, drum, all sorts of stuff in the fall. You just gotta let it hit bottom and either bounce it or drag it.
So Drew and I spent a little over 7 hours this morning, really trying hard for muskie. You know, we both drove quite a distance to get here, and we're really kind of trying to force our will of a muskie onto this specific spot. As you can see, it's bright sun, bluebird skies. The wind is getting really strong. It's actually getting very challenging to hold position while you're in a light kayak. Not for lack of effort, it just wasn't happening here, and it was clear that it wasn't going to happen. So we decided that it's probably going to be in our best interest to move spots.
Wind picked up like crazy. We kind of got blown off the river there, so we had to move spots. The next spot that I wanted to go check out is roughly 30 minutes away. So when me and my buddy Drew got to that next spot, we're unloading the kayaks and stuff. Drew realized he never put his fly gear into the car. So he left his fly rods, very expensive setups by the way, just at that public landing with a ton of questionable people at. We turned around and hauled ass to get back, and thank the Lord we found him. Heart rates are still up a little bit, and I don't know. Hopefully we can catch some fish, but even if we don't, we got the setups back, and it's pretty good. It's a lot better than the alternative, I suppose. It's later in the day, move spots, and we're about to have to go through some misery to get to our sandbar. But we're hopeful. This guy's always casting. It's even back there, I don't see him. It's tough to look right back in the glare of the sun. The reason why this spot kind of sucks and it takes a lot of motivation to come is because right when you get here, right, you put in, you have to float the boats for a little bit, and then there's a giant 600-yard sandbar that we have to carry the boats over. And when you have a boat loaded down for camping like we do, it's just so heavy, it's quite the chore. At least this channel showed up. We didn't have to drag it all the way across the entire thing. Yeah, all this bank up here, Drew.
All that woody shit?
Yeah, it's real deep. It's like 9-10 feet. It's probably only like 9 with the water levels as it is, but that's like where your big flathead and sturgeon and muskie are going to be. And we're almost at the very tail end where we're going to camp. So if there's anyone roaming around, they should come right past our campsite and hopefully eat a bait.
Hopefully.
Yeah, usually the beach is like, starts here.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Got a little 3-way wig, some worm, and we're just chucking it. a bite on this one. All right, little bass choked it. Smallie. Yep. I think there's one on this one. Yeah. Be a walleye. That could be a walleye. It's a smallmouth. Oh, hoo, hoo. Yep. Looking for some bait. Finally set up camp on this little island. Drew's catching some fish. Got the boat set up. Gonna camp up there. Pretty cool. I got one on this rod right here. I'm just trying to keep up with Drew. That's really what it's about. Walleye? Yes, keeper.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, nice walleye, dude. It was only a matter of time.
Yep, I'm just trying to keep up with you, brother. Let me get this one back. He's going on a stringer anyway. Look at the teeth on that guy.
Oh man.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. Can you hit the camera on the little red button on that camera right there?
The GoPro?
Yeah. Cute. Show it off to the camera here. Nice. It's gonna go on a stringer. Get some nice little fish fillets off that guy.
Take care. Alright, cool. I'm glad there. The walleyes are running through now.
Drew's really only fishing for one fish.
I guess so, yeah. Come on.
Yeah, I know it's very late in the year to even be trying for a big flathead catfish, but we caught some baits in between spots and figured we'd give it a shot. It's been a very warm fall so far, so we thought we had a chance. We didn't end up catching any, and realistically it's probably because we're 2 or 3 weeks too late. But we do throw some live bluegills out there, do catch quite a few channel cat. I don't know if any of the clips of the bigger channel cat will make the video, just because when it's nighttime, it's not the easiest thing to get clear footage. But nonetheless, it's never a bad idea if you're sleeping on a sandbar just to throw out some live baits. You never know. So that's kind of what we're doing here now. this point, I have all 3 of my larger setups out, looking for a catfish. Drew took over that spinning rod and just put a fresh worm out there, casted it out. He's noticing that the rod tip's been bouncing a little bit. He's actually about to hook up into the biggest fish of the day for himself.
Drew was getting tapped up here. Is he on?
Yeah, he's there.
Not very big, huh?
Oh,
Fish?
tiny little
Oh, is that a PB?
guy. For me, yeah.
Wow. Turn your light off for a second.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah, now I can see you. Nice. Channel cat of a lifetime there.
Fuck, dude. Just bait or what?
No, I don't think so. We got enough bait in the cooler.
Barb.
Nothing else?
I got it.
You think that's the one you lost?
Yeah. I like his spots. Alright, buddy. Wrong way, fella.
You just heard the little bell ring on the bait rod. But nothing on the catfish rod. We think we might be a little bit too late in the year for big flathead, so just turn that off for a second. I got a nice walleye. Oh, not a walleye. Worse. Just talking about how we wanted to catch one of these.
That looks like a prime suspect.
Now that's a musky bait if I've ever seen it.
Dude, 4.
Alright, got this nice little sucker. I thought it was a walleye. A little disappointed that it is a sucker. Drew's telling me to put it on a hook for a muskie, and I kind of agree with him. It could be a good call. I just don't think we're in a very musky spot, so.
No.
I don't know. Keep him for bait or let him go? What do you think?
Let him go, he's too sweet.
Alright. Sweet fish!
Yeah, that was about the last catch of the night that had somewhat clear footage of it. But if you made it this far into the video, really appreciate it. I'm going to be filming a lot more, so I'll see you in the next one.